We're breaking down another dance practice today, and this time it's going to be to P1Harmony's Back Down. Ever since I saw the music video, I really wanted to see what the actual dance, like the entire dance, looked like, and ever since I saw Killing It as well, I really wanted to just see what their dance practice looked like, and it looks like it's just a lot of fun, a lot of swag. So let's go and break it down. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's go, baby. I think what's cool with P1Harmony is they just got that swag. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If y'all have watched P1Harmony a bunch of times, y'all know. Especially this intro right here, right? Just in the way that the song starts, in the way that they kind of display that attitude right away. So in the very beginning, right, you're hearing like the clock noises, the instrumentals of the song, and whoever starts the line first, I'm gonna assume that it's Kiho. He comes in with this like he does this thing with his hands on his mouth while everyone's hitting the instrumental in the back, and then we get into this like bass drop, right? I'm gonna rewind a little bit. Already loose but strong at the same time. But what I actually want to point out is the attitude of the guy in the white jacket. You see that smirk that he does right away when they start the choreo or on that bass drop. And then there's also a moment in the choreo where they kind of loosen up their necks or their heads, and they slow it down at the beginning of that movement and speed it right back up at the end of the movement. So I'm just gonna go back to that bass drop and then show you guys that moment that I really like. Right there, that neck part that they just did. And what I think that stands out for me is they know how to apply where the energy needs to go in a lot of the movement. And there's that texture detail right there. So when I'm explaining or like saying applying energy when they need to, is that you don't always want to have the same constant energy in a lot of the choreo at all. What you want to do is apply the energy when it needs. So if there's a full out movement in certain parts of the choreo, that's when you need to apply the energy. But there's moments in this dance where you don't have to go crazy. You could just do this like super effortless kind of type movement versus like really being tense with it. So like in the beginning when the guy in the white jacket was smirking, he wasn't going full out, he wasn't applying crazy energy. It was just like something that was super chill. So knowing when to apply the energy and then knowing when to take it down a notch, and that's what I like about P1Harmony, and you'll see it throughout their choreo in this dance practice. And what I like about them is that they're really clean. There's gonna be a lot of moments where they hit clean lines and clean pictures. Like, oh my god. I'm gonna let the chorus play, and I'm gonna show you guys this moment. Certain moments as we go. So I'm gonna go back all the way to the beginning of the chorus, right? And I'm gonna go show you guys this moment. Good way to move formations around is by using choreo. Great poses there. Great way of using footwork to just like, I like the fact that they're not overlaying it with music and you can hear the footwork, meaning that it sounds like they're on the same page, same wavelength as they dance together, right? So there's this, I'm gonna pause at that very moment if I can. Dude, look at that. I pause at this moment, and if you go frame by frame, obviously you're just gonna see like it's not gonna exactly look the same, but when you're dancing or when you're watching throughout the entire dance practice without watching, they're definitely synchronized. But here in this moment, this is a great picture where the details are all there. They need to do the lunging movement. They have to have the straight leg for the other leg, and then they have to have this like type of lean to do this move, and they all do that as well. And then I kind of want to point out that part too, when that second back down, they kind of hit this like wall a little bit when they go down. That's essentially textures, right? So to show you contrast of that move. So instead of going continuously down, they hit this like imaginary wall on the way down to show resistance. Right there. And they're gonna have the bounciness of the footwork here. And then another thing that I really like about this chorus is this like little punching move that they do here. It's another speed change where they kind of speed it up and then slow it down, or vice versa. So they have resistance of that punching move until they have to go to that sharp movement where they kind of concave in. Again, this is a great way to just have contrast within dancing, because you don't always want to have to be displaying the same amount of energy or the same amount of energy throughout the entire thing. And they're not afraid to kind of be loose with their necks at all. This gives the illusion that they're fully extending a lot of their moves as well. Great effect there. So if you guys are trying to have formations with effects, this is one way to kind of get a little bit creative, is just get someone center and then have that center person do the choreo, and then have everybody else in the back do some sort of movement that actually highlights the person doing the choreo so it looks bigger. So that's one way to do it, and this is a great way of showing visuals for formation. Something simple, less is more sometimes. I like how you can hear them. And so what I like about that small section is that it's a whole groove in itself up until they have to start doing choreo again, or just like combos. So if you watch this mini section after the effect, you're going to see that they're doing a groove the entire time. Essentially, this is a great way to just breathe through the entire thing, because they're dancing for almost like 2.5 minutes, right? Of all choreo, they don't really leave stage. So this is a great way to use your breath to actually keep up your stamina here. Super chill, just grooving it out until we get to this part of the choreo. So great use of effects there. Once again, we have Kyo being center and kind of just doing playful type of format, or I guess in this case blocking, where he's just playing around with his members. I think this little headbutt thing was funny. That was cool, and it's like everyone's following along as well. And then he does this like pulling motion, and again, great way of using the center person to kind of create this effect as well. And again, if you guys have not been paying attention to the way that they're dancing, just honestly, a lot of their attitude is coming from their facials. Again, I can't get over this guy in the white jacket, because he has that attitude that I'm talking about. Not that no member has it, they all have it, but I just want to specifically point him out because he's a good reference of someone, like if you're trying to cover this dance, right? He's a good reference point to actually use if you're trying to get the essence of the character of this dance. Again, this is super chill. It gets a little bit more energetic as they go through, but they're applying energy when they need to. And what I like about the way that they dance is that they're very sticky in the points where they need to be sticky. So like especially this part where on the sides they're doing this like tick, 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 tick. It's just very straightforward, and they're keeping it clean, and they're not trying to go fluid with the movement, but rather picture, 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 picture. Love how you can just hear the footwork though. And this is a great way to actually find your breath in the choreo, because you're still dancing for 2.5 minutes, right? And now they apply a lot of energy here because it's the last part of the song, right? It's very strong and very sharp in a lot of the movements. So there's gonna be like throwing movements that they do where they kind of do something that's slow at the beginning of the movement and then like throw it at you. So this is like, I like the speed change and texture in those type of movements. Yeah, great way of using this space as well. I think my only thing is, I think the only problem with one of the formations that I saw earlier, which was the pyramid formation, and this is not their fault at all. Like, this just comes down to the amount of dancers you have. I can't find it. It was a pyramid formation and it just doesn't look symmetrical. That just happens because they have 6 people. You can't have like the full-on even sides. So when they did like that triangle formation, for some reason I can't find it here, it's just gonna look off, mainly because of the number of people, and that's it. You know what? I can't find it. It's all right. For some reason I can't find it. But anyway, I'm just gonna continue to, I'm just gonna go and replay the dance break. Oh, it's not the dance break. I'm tripping. Anyway, this is what I meant. So just because they don't have the odd number of people, you'll have that empty space in the back of there. So this pyramid formation is just gonna look off, mainly because of the number of people. But I love the energy that they applied here at the very end. And they use their extensions a lot with their body, especially when they need to go to the floor for that one part. So I kind of just want to point that out. That's my bad, I didn't mean to do that, but I want to point this out right here where they touch the floor. God damn it, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Yeah, this part right here. So I love how like the choreo in itself is fast, but they still fully commit to movements where they have to touch the floor or like fully extend to something, because just because a choreo is fast doesn't mean you sacrifice the details of that choreo. You still have to fully extend certain movements. You still have to do the footwork. So that's the main thing with fast choreo, is that you make sure you commit to a lot of the movements in order to do fast choreo. I love this last part, honestly. Damn, I love that. Dude, this dance practice, fire. Y'all were right about Back Down's dance practice and P1Harmony in general. They just got that swag, and I love like the little smirks that they do, the little playful moments in the actual dance practice. And I think it's just, they're really strong dancers in the way that like they stay synchronized, stay clean, but when they need to apply the energy, they apply it. When they need to take it down a notch, they take it down a notch. If you guys want me to break down more P1Harmony dance practices, go and let me know. Don't forget to subscribe. Peace.